Welcome back to Holt Growers. I'm Timothy Holt. This is my front yard, and these are blueberry bushes. It is mid to late August right now. Our blueberries typically bloom in June. However, I came out here about a week ago and I noticed this bush in particular was completely covered in blueberries. I don't know how well you can see that with the sun because the sun is at my back, but it is covered in them. So they're ripe. We're going to get them harvested and enjoy a second blueberry crop of the season from these plants, these three bushes, which is great. I'm definitely thankful for this second harvest. Going to share some with our pastor and his wife tomorrow morning. They will probably appreciate that because they also enjoy blueberries. They are delicious, fresh, all natural blueberries. We use them for a variety of things. The most common thing is delicious snack. They're like perfect size. So let me see if I can get a close up here and show you these blueberries late season harvest. Look at them all. I mean, they're just covered. Now, I did leave the bird netting on all month, so we may have had a second harvest in years past that we never knew about because of the birds. Also, I noticed that right there. We do not want that. Those are a bunch of caterpillars. If I leave them alone, they will destroy the entire plant, the entire bush, and just wreak havoc on it. So what I'm going to do is give our chickens in the backyard a nice little snack by trimming this bush right here at the stem and take that entire branch and dispose of it by throwing it over the fence in the backyard. And well, the chickens are gonna go nuts. It should be fun for them, not for the caterpillars. But those caterpillars are an invasive species for blueberry bushes. They will, like I said, destroy the entire plant. So definitely don't want that. But look at all of these blueberries. Isn't that amazing? This one on the end didn't have very many, maybe a dozen, if that. You can even see them on the sidewalk there. I don't pick them up off the ground. I let the critters take care of that. This one is about half done. Not near as many, but you can still see some there. We have 3 plants here total in front of the house that look nice. But you can see some there, some down here. That's what I've gotten so far out of this plant, mostly. Maybe a half a dozen or a dozen off of that one. But this plant is just so covered. So I thought I'd do a quick video, show you this, and talk a little bit about caring for your blueberry plants. They are a bush. They come back every year. You can trim them in the spring. That's typically when I trim them. You want to keep the weed cover down. Just take a pair of trimmers or just pull it by hand. I usually just pull weeds and grass by hand around them. If you want blueberries off your blueberry bushes, you're going to want to invest in a bird netting, and I will show you what I'm talking about with the bird netting in the garage. So stay tuned for that. If you take care of your plants, they will definitely take care of you. Look at all that. Each one of these blueberry bushes, I forgot which variety they are. They've been here for going on 8 years now, these 3. And we get a crop every year out of them. But they will produce between 3 and 5 pints of blueberries. That container right there is a pint. Let me put the camera back down here. This is a 1 pint container, and each one of these blueberry bushes will produce anywhere between 3 and 5 of these plants. So as I was saying, they'll produce between 3 and 5 of these containers full per plant per growing season. um, which is amazing. So if you like blueberries and you're expecting to be at your home for a long time, they're definitely worth planting. Blueberry bush, you can plant, you can get them as well. You can actually take a couple of these, put them in a pot and plant them, but you're going to have to wait about 5 years before you're going to get any crop out of them. You can take blueberries from the grocery store and plant them too, as long as they are produced in the United States. If they come from outside the United States, yeah. See, perfect snack. If your blueberry package at the grocery store comes from outside the United States, like say Mexico, due to customs, they will be inert. They won't be able to grow into a plant. But if they come from, say, Florida, they will be. Blueberries are very resilient to heat and cold, and they handle water well. So they look nice, they produce good crop, and they're kind of a bittersweet taste berry. Generally, we like them mixed in with a smoothie, with ice cream, that kind of thing. But you can also buy them at nurseries already in pots and plants. They're usually 1 to 2 years old at that point, so you don't have to wait as long before you get a crop. The first year after planting, you want to water them really well so they get a good root structure, and don't harvest. Do not harvest your first crop. Let it sit on the vine, on the bush, and just do its thing. That's going to give you a much better crop the following year. So, I like blueberries. That's probably why I planted so many in the backyard. But just throw that out. Now, with blueberries, what you want in a nice ripe blueberry is a good color. They start green. There's some right here I'm looking at where, let's see if we can get a good picture of this. Right there. So you'll see the green ones first. Don't pick those. They're not ripe. Leave them alone. And then you want them this nice color right here, all the way around. They'll change to this nice purple bluish color. And when that happens, that's when you want to harvest them right there. Leave the green ones alone. Let them finish coming to ripening. Now, because blueberries are a nice berry and they're so sweet and delicious, humans aren't the only ones who like to eat them. Pretty much every herbivore or omnivore is going to eat blueberries. So your deer, your bear, your rabbits are all going to eat blueberries. Chickens, pretty much any of your fowl are going to eat blueberries. If you want a good bird life around your house, definitely plant blueberries and don't pick them. You'll get birds galore because the birds can just swoop down, pick the berries, and off they go again. They don't have to stick around if they don't want to. So if you come across any that are overripe or on the ground, once they become overripe, they will fall off the vine on their own. That's why I don't pick them up off the ground. I just leave them on the ground and let critters take care of them. But they all, pretty much any creature that eats plants will eat blueberries. Some will eat the entire bush, so you got to be careful of that. I keep going back to these invasive caterpillars because they're so easy to miss. It's so easy to miss the beginnings of those. I just threw some out that was just the silk netting that they use, and that's the downside of using bird netting. So typically what happens is those caterpillars will find a nest to start turning into butterfly, and they will, like I said, kill the plant. with their cocooning process. However, birds know this, and the birds that eat those caterpillars also eat blueberries. So they will take care of that for you in that nice little ecosystem. Okay? If you have a bird net on it, however, it protects those things from their natural predators, which means you have to be a little more diligent in keeping your eye on them and making sure you take care of them as you find them. So, what I'm going to do is, like I said, I'm just going to snap that twig off, the whole branch, and snap it off. It reminds me of something that this carpenter said a long time ago. And he said, I am the vine and ye are the branches. If you abide in me and I abide in you, everything's great and you have eternal life. But if you're corrupt, if you're getting too close to your sinful nature, if you're contaminated and infested with this disease, with this problem of sin, then I will cut you off and just snap you right off the vine, like so, and cast you into a fire. Because once that happens, you can't get rid of them without taking off the entire branch. You can even see it in there, how the leaves are all ate up. And if I wouldn't have caught this today, say I caught this in a couple of weeks, half of this bush would be dead. If I didn't catch it at all this season, the entire bush would die before spring, which obviously we don't want. So that's like our lives. If we allow moral decay to enter our lives, to consume us even a little bit, then it will consume all of us. It will consume every bit of our lives. So that's my little soapbox. Also, hope you enjoy this video. I'm going to keep harvesting some more blueberries and get rid of these critters. So let's see what the chickens think of it. Alright, so like I said before, if you're going to have any type of berry bush, get rid of these things as soon as you can, okay? They are invasive. They will destroy your plants. So we're going to get rid of them right now, like so. I had mentioned putting bird netting on your berry bushes. That's if you want to harvest pretty much most of your crop. For me, I use bird netting on the front plants. You've got to put it on loose in the spring as soon as you start seeing berries when they're green. If you wait too long, it'll be too late and you won't have any crop. If you put it on too early, you won't get any of that new spring growth to happen. The bird netting will keep that bush contained and not let it branch out. So definitely watch your plant and take your cues off of it. If it's starting to produce berries, it's got little green berries in clumps, then put the netting on, put it on loose, and you should be good to go. Take the netting off every time you harvest and reapply after harvesting. Again, making sure it's loose. This is bird netting right here. You can order it online. You can get it from pretty much any nursery store that I've seen. I think I ordered mine online somewhere. But it comes in a big roll, and you just spread it out, stick it on. It's got, well, it's netting. It looks almost like fish netting. And the birds can't peck through it, so they won't eat the crop. It does not do any good whatsoever for rabbits and ground animals like squirrels and the like, because they just go underneath the netting. So, but birds are a bigger problem for me and for a lot of people I know who have bushes like this. So bird netting, definitely worth the investment if you want to eat your berries. If you want the birds to handle it, then let them. But this is bird netting. I keep mine year after year and inspect it every time. Remove any debris as I take it off. So it stretches out pretty far and pretty easy to store. So that's bird netting. Good for all kinds of crops, by the way, not just berry bushes, but it works really well for berry bushes. So with that, thanks for watching. I hope you get good use out of your blueberry bushes. And if you have chickens, enjoy them. They're fun to be around. As always, get out, grow something today. May God bless you.